Hi, how you doing? This is Fabio. So, hmm, remember, this is like my diary. So right now, I just was talking to my sister, and she called me to ask me for my advice. As you know, when the recession went down 2008, which was really 2006, 7, but anyway, 2008, there's a lot of foreclosures. So, I bought a lot of foreclosure very cheap, did turnarounds. I'm a little aware of what the market was going, and usually I have a very good sense of how the market's it's heading towards, where it's heading towards. And so she called me and she said, "Hey, I got a couple lots," which I told her to buy those lots where I live here in Southern California. These lots, we bought them for $12,000 because once where I lived, when the market was high, they went up to $80,000 each lot, each parcel. So I told, hey, buy a couple lots right now. They're cheap. They're like 12,000, 10,000. If you have extra money, go ahead and invest in that right now because the building, and that was 3 years ago when nothing was being built. And it's all because the building obviously is going to start. It's like a slingshot. It goes down, roller coaster, goes up. And so yeah, she bought one. I bought a couple of them here and there. And right now she called me and she said, hey, how much would it cost to build a home? And I told her, depends where we're gonna build it. We're gonna build it here. It's gonna run you. You see, this is the thing. This is the thing. There's not being a lot of built right now. Right now, it's 6/13/2018. And you could see the market with Trump and everything that's going on, and just the stock market. Not saying that Trump has everything to do with it. I don't want to get into those politics. Right now, we're talking about construction, but the banks are lending more, and there's more loans out there. They're going into their second win, as you could say. So they're starting to build little by little, small timers. Big investors are still were investing more in commercial, not residential, because for them, if they're gonna make 100,000 in a home, it's chip change for them. They're millionaires. It's how you think about money. I just for tips, if you give $20 a tip, and the next man next to you is giving the 5, he's gonna say, "Wow, this guy he gives a lot of money," and you're thinking like, "Well, it's only $20." But the rich guy's giving $50 tip, and so it's how you see money, how you were raised. It has everything to do with that. So with that said, yeah, we still don't have these big investors. Well, you see, when the market went down, nobody wanted to invest in this city. Let's say this city or town. It's a town. There's only it's a town. It's known for low income. African American, Mexicans, and whites. It's this is the only city probably around me because I'm near Palm Springs, which is a tourist site. This is the only city around here that is multicultural. It's all mixed. It's low income, so it had a big bad rap that this hot springs. But when I was young, I used to, and when I bought, like I said, remember I bought my first home at age 24. Before renting, and friends were out there renting in Palm Springs, they would tell me, "Oh, I'm not gonna go live in that town. Are you kidding me? I don't want to die." Ha 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 ha. And I would be like, "Wouldn't make sense to me." So you want to make someone else rich in Palm Springs, just to be able to brag to your friends that you live in a condo, in an apartment, whatever you want to call them. To me, they're the same, but anyways, let's just call them condos. Just to tell your friends you live in a condo, but that's not making you equity. You're just every month it's negative money out of your bank account, your pocket. You're working just to borrow something. It does not make sense to me. And I would try to explain to them, but they never got it. Now those friends like talking to me. Well, if you don't invest your money right, I would love to talk to you and tell you how you make money because it takes money to make money. We all know that. Do you have money? No, I'm broke. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. It takes money and a little bit of credit too. It takes credit. You just can't have a FICO score of 500 and think you're going to be able to get a house. No bank is going to lend you because remember, we're in the little game that it's kissy faces with banks. Basically, corporate world somehow now they let you know that to be and live the American dream you need to borrow money. back in the days, houses were paid off. Back in the days, it, there were banks that would lend money, but it was still not that hardcore. Now, when you're gonna buy a house, you don't even think about, oh, am I gonna pay cash or is it gonna be a loan? No, automatically it's like, oh, it's a loan. Okay, we'll pay. And you don't ask how much am I gonna pay for that house in 30 years. No, you say how much is my payment. Kind of like cars. When you go and buy cars, that's the worst mistake you could tell a guy that's gonna sell you a car is how much is my payment gonna be, because he's gonna say, he's one of those. What I mean one of those is that you're just interested in your payment. They're going to try to give you the highest interest rate to make their money because you're only interested in the payment. You're not asking the right questions. You're not asking how much am I going to pay after I pay the car off. How much am I going to pay total amount with interest rate. Then they're like, this is a smart one. He's an experienced one. And they try to give you the best deal, but you don't settle for that. You go for the next car dealer, and out of those two, you make a decision. That's how you buy a car. But anyway, that's a whole different topic. I went off the subject, and once you've been following me, you'll know I always go off the subject. But interesting subjects that you're going to learn a lot. Now, with that said, let me jump backwards. My mind just goes everywhere. Let me back at the house market. You don't ask, how much am I going to pay you after my 30 years? Because statistically, people only live 7 years because you have kids, family. So it's okay if you don't ask how much am I going to pay at the end. Usually you say, well, what's going to be my payment? So as a builder, you want to build something that's according to the payment. For instance, a $1,200 payment right now in Southern California, it's a rent. So if you could build something that's $1,200 a month, it's kind of like cars. People are going to come and they're going to say, how much am I paying with impounds? Impounds is taxes, insurance, everything included. You always want to do that so you won't get in trouble, especially if you're a youngster. All right? Always add everything and fix. Always fix. 15 years, that's if you're a little bit more experienced and you know you're going to flip it, or you know you're not going to stay there just for a while because you're going to get married. You do a 15-year term and it saves you money, but that's a whole different ball game. Well, if you have those questions, let me know. I'll tell you how it is. But going back to with what I said, 30 years fixed all the time. You're a first buyer, 30-year fixed. Trust me, if you're young, under 30, that's not going to be your last house. Trust me on this one. It's 80% chance you're going to move. Why? Because the incentives is you're going to see there's equity. Money. Everybody likes money. But you don't sell your house unless you're going to throw it back at the new house. And keep some change and you want to have a little fun. You deserve it. You work hard. You know, you always have to just keep humbling your money. Trust me. No good. Money doesn't make you happy. So anyways. So with that said, going way back with what I was talking. So my sister called me and says, so what should we do with the lots? I have a house that I bought. Which I did give her the idea and that helped her because she saw me buying houses. And she's like, what do you do? I'm like, here. Jump in here. There's a house, and she found her own house. I didn't help her find it, but I gave her the idea. Do this, please. It's gonna go up. So she bought a house for cash. She had cash, and I told her the bank is only giving you what on your 50,000-60,000. How much is the bank giving you? A CD, what 3% the most? Dumb. You know, never. I mean, keep your bank account just to pay your bills and all that, but don't keep it as method of savings or anyways nothing. No, you want to keep your money in real estate and land. It will always go up. Yeah, but it went down. Yeah, every 20-25 years, of course, it's gonna go down. It's gotta adjust for the new generation that's coming, that's graduating, that's going to university. Obviously, if inflation wouldn't balance itself, you college kids would have to be living with their parents till they're 50 because they wouldn't be able to afford a 1,200 square feet home at $1 million. So $500,000. That's what was going on around here. There were homes in this bad area that were going already for $450,000, and people were buying them, but then they were struggling because they were giving loan left and right to whoever you were. You just say your name, they would give you a loan. Remember, that's what got us in trouble. Okay, so the same thing's gonna happen again, but with different rules and regulations. Remember, they never. History repeats itself, but in a so different way. You got to be paying attention. Those little things. Obviously, now they're gonna be more cautious. But it's the name of the game, America, the American dream. Own your house. You don't own anything till you pay cash. And if I could go a little further, you don't own it because you gotta pay always taxes, and it's not you. It's. But anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. Oh, the government. No. It's fine. You're still gonna make money. So you own something till you pay it off. Remember, You're a homeowner till you pay it off. But the only good thing about this is, sure, I'm not saying don't get a loan. Get a loan, because with that, it's going to help you pay off a house in the future with the equity that you make. So that's the best investment, a home, when you're young. If you have a good FICO score, if you just graduate from college, don't be getting into those loans and dumb loans, you know. Save your credit, because you're going to buy your first house, and that's the one that's going to make you the money. Easily, it's going to make you $80,000 to $100,000 in 5-6 years. Now, time goes flying fast. So when you get those 100,000 in your hand, trust me, you'll be very happy that you did this. And you're 25, and you'll be like, wow, so much money, and I'm only 25. Yes. So right now is the time to do that, kids. The train left a little while ago, but it's running fast. But if you're young enough to run and catch it and get on it without hurting yourself, do it. Some people will hurt themselves. They'll get up, they'll shake it off, they'll get on the train, and they'll still make a little bit of money too. I hope you're following me and understand. If you're smart and you're watching this, like I said, I don't do this to have 1 million followers. I do this just to have the smart followers. So if you're following me, you're one of me, right? We're the last Mohicans. There's not a lot of people. Like I said, you're one of me because I've been thinking this way since I was 22. So yes, a lot of people didn't think I was weird. They just wouldn't listen to me. Even investors. When 2006, I would say I would work, because I have a small company. You know, I'm a subcontractor, small company. That doesn't make me rich, but it makes me a comfortable life. You know, I'm an entrepreneur. My sister got a small company too. You know, so we're entrepreneurs. You know, we come from a family. Me and my sister that wasn't smart, but we became smart because we're hungry. We're hungry, and we're always asking questions. Number one, always asking questions. Just right now, I called my sister. I asked her about the solar panels. I'm barely learning about solar panels because I never got into that realm. She did, because she has a pool and she's working on a lot of electricity. So now she's educating me on that part. You see, and remember, always give props and thanks to those that help you. This is the thing about young kids. They don't like saying thank you. They don't even like telling you this. Hey, remember 2 years ago you showed me this? It really helped me. Thank you. You see, because I helped a lot of people with information. I just helped a friend 3 years ago about the refinance. He was paying like $1,600, and he was an older gentleman, 50s, and I helped him with the umbrella financing government thing of Obama, that if you own your home, you were never too late, prime refinance, that you could save money. Well, his payment went down to $800. I saved him $800. He was paying $1,200. I told him about it, and then 2 months later, he said, "Hey, guess what? I'm financing. I got this program." And I looked at him, and I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. Yeah, my wife is taking care of it," because his wife takes care of all the paperwork. And I said, "Cool." But he never said, "Hey, Fabian, thank you for the info. I really appreciate that info." Or maybe he forgot where he saw it, because he's older, 55, and he just told his wife, and his wife really looked into it, but he not. But I made this man $30,000 just because of friendship. I made him $30,000 or X amount of money because of one info that I gave him. That's why you want to have friends like me. That's why you want to have intelligent friends that do business, because with one little thing, they could save you in the long run. It's kind of like interest rate. It works 1%. Einstein said it the best. You know, it's the most powerful tool. Interest rate, 1% is just amazing. But that's a whole different conversation too. So anyways, just make sure you tell people when they help you, hey, thank you. Because that makes people like me want to learn more. We're teachers. Our ego is showing people. We stood up our necks. It's not flashing money. We're very low down people. It's not about the flashing. It's not. No, because we work hard for our money. For us, for me personally, it's about the info. I feel so happy being smart and trying to be as smart as I can. And every day I learn more and more. And you'll never finish learning. It's just how many people you could help while you're in this world. And for me, every time I do help somebody and I'm saying and talking about something, it just makes me feel, it's a wrong word to use, but like superior. But just bear with me. It's not that I think I'm more than you, but at this moment, I think I like teaching people. I'm a teacher, natural teacher. I enjoy it. If you see how excited I get about telling you all this stuff, it's because I really enjoy it. and I don't get paid for this. And like I said, this friend, I just made him 30,000. He's saving 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, $400 a month in a year. In 10 years, he still got, well, now it's gonna be 30 years. He'll probably won't make it to 90, but you know, I just made him 30,000, 40,000 just like that in 1 minute. Little things like that. Maybe some friends gonna give you advice about buying cars. Don't ever go buy a car by yourself, because a good friend, somebody that knows about cars, has been there, could save you $10,000 in 1 minute with one little thing. But anyways, so with this said, this is what's going on with the market, people. My sister called me and said, okay, should I sell a house that I have, that the one that you told me for, she bought it for 50,000, she could have bought it for 30 cash. She bought it for 50 because she waited a year more, but she bought it for 50. Right now it's 165. By the time she sells everything, closing costs, the 6 point for real estate, she'll probably get a check of $135,000. Okay, so with that check, $135,000, what is it that I do? My sister told me, and I told her, okay, first thing you do is make up a company, because you don't want that as she's not gonna get capital gains, and she's not gonna get none of that because she owned it way too far. But the first thing you want is open a company. Why a company? A fictitious name, my sister's name, Angela, property investment, anything you want, a fictitious name, because, and then get your debit card, because you're gonna deposit that money there. And since you're not gonna roll over like an IRA, you roll over it from your 401k and you don't pay taxes. Well, that's a whole different too. I know a lot about that too. But okay, you're not gonna roll over it because you're not buying new property. If you were to roll over in the property, you don't pay taxes because you roll all the money there. But you're gonna build as a company. So and usually it takes like 8 months, 6 months to build a home, right? With all the mess. That's a whole different thing too. If you want to know about building homes, that's a whole thing. City and all that. That's good stuff that I like doing. So, but 8 months. But in those 8 months, and obviously you're gonna start around April to build, because you want to finish building it before the next year taxes come. Because you start in December, Uncle Sam is gonna get you on April because you're not finished with the sound. So what happened with that money? You have to claim it. So you start in April to build, so you can finish it by December, latest January. You finish your house even sooner. If you're a bad boy, then you can finish it sooner. In 4 months, you can build a house. If you got everything and all your guys and everything set up, you build in 4 months. But let's just say you're a beginner. It's gonna take you 8 months to build a house, double, because you don't know, you're learning knowledge. It's understandable. So remember, people, buy lots right now, 13,000. Even if you don't have the money, even if you don't have a house like my sister paid off, and it's gonna, just buy lots. Trust me on this one. I'll tell you right now what's gonna happen. Obviously I bought the lot. Now they're probably around here. They're probably like 18. I just made money, not a lot, but they're there. Taxes every year is what, $100? Really? Okay, just stop doing your hair for 2 months. Stop going to the bars. Stop spending your money, and it pays all by itself. Anyway, that's a whole different thing. But anyways, okay, so I told her, okay, let's just say you sell a house, you get a check for 135, you build, okay, you open your account, blah blah blah, you put it there, and every penny of those 135, you're gonna have to tell the IRS what you did with them. So all your debit card, you're gonna use it for, not for lunches, no, everything you're gonna use for is just on that house. So technically it is a rollover, but in 8 months period, and you're gonna have proofs of that. So once you start building the other house, once you start building a house and you finish it, right now houses here, brand new houses are going for $230,000, and they're selling very slowly, and they're only selling to LA people, Los Angeles people, because like I said, how you think about money. $230,000 to you, it's a lot of money. Someone living in LA, it's pennies, because their market's different. $230,000, they could probably get a studio with that, if that. So here you get a big house, an 1,800 square feet home, 1,500 for 230, and they went up, because my house here, it's a 1,500 square feet home. It's just me, my wife, and my baby. Only 3. I don't need anything big. That's another thing. You don't need anything big, flashy. Remember, you live in the desert. There's more dusting, sweeping, getting, having cleaning ladies, and money. Save your money, buy a nice house, whatever you need, just for the kids, because the more bigger, the more cleaning, Doesn't make sense. Save your money, invest. Always invest. So I told her, you know, once you finish the house, you have 135. Yes, we could build one, because I'm gonna build. If she builds, I'll build one next to her to help her out. You know, she's my sister. Yes, I'm gonna help her build. And at the same time, there's an incentive. If you have a tile guy, you're gonna say, hey, how much you charge me for this bathroom? Let's say he says 1,000. Yes, but I have 2 homes. He's gonna say, okay, 700. So I help her, and the way I help myself is by saving us money. And I'm very blunt with her. That's what I don't charge her or anything. It's just, you know, helping each other out. We save money by having 2 homes. Even on the blueprints, you know. By right now, blueprints 7,000. That's with grading permits, structure permits. It's like around 7,600. When you have 2, you're probably gonna save 500 on each. What's 500? Well, 500 is for that tile bathroom, the one I showed. So okay, so that's what you do. So I told you 135. You spend it. By that time, remember, houses are going up and they're gonna keep going up. Stock market is going up. By the time we finish this house, it's gonna take you 8 months, 6 months. Probably they went up another 10% because they're going pretty quick. They went 10%. So what you want to do right there at 10%, you're not losing. Even if it takes you a whole year to build, you're still getting equity. So if you thought of selling it for 230, by the time you finish it, it's actually going to be 245. You just made money, or paid for the closing costs, any whatever. So you're not losing money. So you know. So I told her invest there. And then once you invest there, you rent it. You don't sell it, because that's when they're gonna come get you for the money you didn't pay. You know, the rollover, blah blah. You rent it. That's all positive cash flow. Well, could you rent it for 1,200 in a year? You know, it's probably 15,000, 60,000 in 2 years. So you could get away without paying too much taxes. Maybe it's $30,000 anyway. Positive cash flow in your pocket. Then you sell it if you want to get into the business. By then, remember, before that, sorry, I told her you better buy another lot. If you think of getting this business, buy another lot right now. They're only 18,000. They went up. But by the time you finish this house, if you think of buying another lot, they're gonna be 30,000 or 25. So in the long run, you save money if you buy a lot. That's what I'm telling you. Buy a lot for 12,000. Instead of thinking of buying those nice rims and cars and getting in debt for a car that loses value and is not worth it, buy a lot. Buy a lot. Okay. So I told her, and then you keep going. You have another lot. This second time, instead of taking 9 months, you're gonna take 7 months because you're already on it. You already know what's expected, what to do. The reason we could build a home, 1,500 square feet home, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, brand new for 150 is because I've been long enough in this business. Long enough. We know people. You know, we know how to do things. We know people. You know how it is. If you're new and you just start calling companies. No, to build a house right now, it's going to cost you probably like 180, 190 with permits and all that. I could get away with probably 150 because, you know, we know people, we know friends, company, through all our long relationship that we have done, I have done. And remember, it's just like a marriage. You just don't know anybody. Say, oh, hi. No, you give attention to everybody. And that wasn't hard for me to do because I'm not a toothpaste. I like talking to people. I'm a people person. I see you. Hey, what's up? How you doing? You know, I like to keep. And if someone doesn't call me, I'll call them just to remind. Hey, where you been? I haven't seen you. An electrician. Hey, where you? I give them their 5 minutes every month because I don't want them to forget about me. Because in the long run, I know I'm gonna need them, but I don't do it because of that. I enjoy it, but in the sense as I grew up, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, I got it. It's a system. So I have a system, you know, and that's what you gotta get, a system. You cannot just hang out with your cool friends because they're cool and you know, they work on the store. And no, you gotta variety. You gotta have friends all the way from construction, all the way from McDonald's, all the way from phone. Because throughout your life, and when you have kids, you're gonna need every and each one of them. And I'm not even talking about material thing. I'm even talking about money. You're gonna need this if you want to save. Remember that 1%. This, and in the long run, you probably won't be able to add it up. But trust me, you'll save throughout your lifetime probably $1 million. If you're just by being a normal American that shops and that looks for deals, you're gonna make a lot of money. Not directly, but with info, and that's the key word. So what's happening here, this is what's going to happen. Right now, you got to jump in the market if you want to jump in the market. For all the real estate out there and people, this is a good thing you want to tell your people. You're going to jump in this market because this is what's going to happen. When they went down, I started buying property. I'm a small-time Joe. I don't have a lot of money. I'm not a billionaire. And I started buying property because nobody wanted to buy here. How the hell is someone going to want to buy around here? My lowest property I bought so much because it's supposed to be ghetto. But remember, there's always somebody that wants to buy it. That's how the swap meet thinks. Someone will always buy, and there's always someone that will always buy. It just takes time. So, especially houses, homes. Are you kidding me? We're growing as fast as we're growing, especially, and this is a joke, but it's true. Especially being Latino, we grow. We grow. we grow. So, especially for being low income, people tend to grow faster on low income. And I don't want to get into that because that sounds negative, but you know what I mean. The low income, that means they don't have one kid, they have 4 or 5 kids, because that's just the norm, okay? But anyways, and so what does that mean? They still contribute. I'm not talking bad about that. No, they contribute. They need to live somewhere. They pay bills. They pay taxes, buying stores. So we need them too. We need everybody. Everybody's connected. And so with that, I knew that. And so I said, I'm going to buy this house, $18,000. That's the lowest house I bought for. Yes, for a 2-bedroom, one bathroom. When the market was, the banks are not in this business to buy homes. Remember that. The banks are in this business. Those skyscrapers that you see in LA, US Bank and all, they're there for loans, interest rates. They're not there to buy the house. No, they don't. They could care less about that house. There's some banks that even forgot about houses because they don't care. The notes. They don't care. They care about that note, interest rate that gives them every month. That little trickling, little drop. Okay. So with that said, I bought it for $18,000. And you don't want to know what I sold it for, but okay, no one wanted to buy. As soon as always it spreads out, they're gonna find out. As soon as those big companies, a couple of companies were out here. As soon as those companies found out that what was going on, and they found out what was going on, I couldn't touch anything no more. Because this is what happened. It's sad, but it's true, but it's always going to happen. Real estate's already had, sorry to put you guys on fire, but it's true. I encountered a couple of them. Real estate already had a list of investors. So if you were calling and say, hey, when there's a property very low, call me up. They would tell you, yeah, sure. They would not call you because they already had that list of investors, rich millionaires that would buy it out of bulks. Now, why would a real estate do that? Wait, what's underneath the table? Oh, did I say that? Sorry, there was something underneath the table. So they would get a little bit more, right? Because for an investor, they knew what was going to happen. I knew what was happening, and I'm just an average Joe. You give me 2 houses at $50,000 each, I don't mind giving you $10,000 cash. Are you kidding me? Because as I read the future right now, and that happened in 2006, 7, right now it's 2013. Right now houses are 160, 180. So if someone gave you 5,000, 10,000 extra, you still made 60, 70, 80, and still making because the market's still going up. Get my drift? So at that point, I got left out because I was the poor guy. There's a lot of companies doing this, a lot of real estate. It was shady, but it's life. And you cannot report them because you cannot prove anything. It's all cash, everything's still. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you don't, get with the picture. It's America, guys. Things happen like that from something so small right here all the way to Congress. Okay, so I got left out. I couldn't touch anything. Every call I made, everything I tried to buy, I couldn't. I was out. I was out of the picture. I got what I could get. Basically, I'm one of the poor guys that got through that crack and made it. Probably the only one, and made it. I did as good as I can. It was over for me. So what did I do next? Well, I concentrate on my business. I do business. So construction, I concentrate on my business. I kept going with a smile. I was happy just getting what I got and getting positive cash flow from properties. Didn't sell them because I knew, they're going to go up. So with that said, okay, what happened next? Well, what's happening next? Well, right now, if you build a property, you can make $80,000. Yes, right now, the poor guy. Well, not the poor, because if you have a little money, or if you could get a loan. Now banks are lending, construction loans. If you have good credit, 800 points, and you have maybe like 50, 80,000 in your cash, they'll lend you. You have a lot paid off, they'll lend you for a construction loan. you know, for a small amount of interest rate. There's good interest rates out there. So with that said, right now what's going on is you want to get into this. Why? Because this is what's going to happen. Check this out. This is what's really going to happen in the next couple of years. It's 2018. 2020 is going to be not too late. You're just going to make less money and double the effort. What I mean by that is right now if you make a house, people from LA are coming here and buying them, or San Diego or anywhere, are buying them 230,000, right? Did I say 230? Okay, in 2 years, they're going to be maybe at 260, 280, maybe 265, 270. The reason you want to build right now is if you build right now, you can still make 100,000 in one. It's going to take you 2-3 months to sell it, but if it's okay with you, you're going to make 100,000 on it. Maybe 80, 100,000, X amount of money. Okay. Once the building starts, remember, you got one house. It's going to take you 1 year to do one house because you're slow and you're a beginner and you're broke like me. So then the next year, you'll make another one, right? So you can only make 2, 3. Now, when investors find out what you're making, they're going to start jumping in the market. As you can see, there's already a lot of construction, but not enough. There's going to be probably in the next 2-3 years, it's going to go up 50-40% up more, which is very dramatic and money-wise. So what's going to happen next time? In 2 years, the big tycoons are going to come. Just like those ones that came and just wiped me out, basically, those are going to come again here because they're going to build tract homes. They're going to build out of 10 homes. What does that mean? That means they could give them cheaper. So that you guy out there, the poor guy that's doing, and it's fair. It's America. I'm not mad at that. It's fair. It's fair, but I'm just letting you know. Sometimes you gotta beat them to the punch a little bit, and you'll be able to get a little couple of swings there. You know, boom, 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 before they knock you out. So that's the whole point: getting those swings and getting you a little bit money. You know, that will make you more money in the long run. Invest if you invest it right. Is once they start doing that, you're left out. Why? Because they could afford to sell their houses less. So if they sell a less, you're gonna have to have very good incentives or something to not. If you go at the price that they're going, kind of like Walmart, you know, if you're going at the price that they're going, you're not gonna make money. You're gonna make 30,000 on each house. So you're gonna say, I'm investing for a whole year of my lifetime, you know, or well, you can still have a job and build a house, but I invest time and stress and all that for $40,000. Not worth building a house. It's just too much problem. After taxes, I get to keep 30 only. That means I have to do three houses just to make 100,000 to make it worth it. Yes, because these tycoons came here and they're building from 10 to 20 houses in 4 months. So that's how you're gonna get thrown out of the picture. So right now is the time for you poor people. Well, not poor, but you know what I mean. To do a house, because right now you could, out of one house you could make 100,000. And if you have the money, start building 3 houses. What I'm trying to say, you be the first tycoon. You be the first guy out there that gets in life. You have the money that could throw guys like me out of the picture. Because then after you build, let's say if you have the money, you build 3 houses right now. The other guy that has $1 million, $2 million is going to see that he's going to build 10,000. Next thing you know, the big company that sees you, they're going to attract homes. So that's how it goes. So you at least could throw some punches. There's always going to be someone better that has more money than you. It's just how many punches could you throw before you get thrown out of the ring. Okay, that's the whole thing. That's the whole key. So this is a whole different system. I wish I could have taught the system when I was out there, because I was too busy working. I didn't know nothing about this YouTube or whatever. I mean, it was already out there. I just didn't care about it. I was teaching people personally, word by word, all my friends. But now I could get to millions of people right here. Now that I know all this web stuff, cool, right? So try to get those punches in. And if you live in a bigger city like San Francisco and all that, it works the same, but you need more money. So if you have money, if you have 100,000, 200 saved up, please come to Southern California. All I can tell you is come to Palm Springs. Don't invest in Palm Springs. If you could, you have great career, invest there, you'll make money. But invest around. I don't want to say the cities, but you know all the city, and you probably already know the city I was talking about, the ghetto city, right? Yes. Now it's called. Now it's not ghetto. Now it's called Weed City. Exactly. This is where everything. So with that said, even too, trust me, there's so much work coming here. There's so much. You want to get into this. This is probably the last town that you're going to be able to make money, because after here, there's Brawley, El Centro. There's no big cities after here. And trust me, those cities are going to stay the way. 20 years they've been the way they are, and they're still the way they are. And you know what I'm saying? If you're from El Centro, bro, you know what I mean. So come down here. This is where your last chance in California to make money. Riverside, San Bernardino too, but it's a little bit more. It takes more money to make money. This is the only city where you could be a little bit broke or have a good credit, have some saved, have a loan, or maybe no, or and make something out of it a little bit. That's all I'm saying. So, with that said, before you get left out, the train is going fast. It's starting right now. Jump in it. Starting slowly. That's what's gonna happen. That's the trend. They're already starting to build homes. People are already making a little money. Those that could see the future. I'm always thinking about ahead, and I'm always seeing the future with everything. So trust me, this one. Sorry it's too long. This video. It's just my mind always goes from one spot to one spot. And if we get into politics, which trust me, there was a lot of things that I said. I could have jumped into politics. I could have jumped what Trump is doing, what he's not doing. I could have jumped what Obama did last year. That's affecting this year for good and for bad. But let's just keep it in construction, right? And how to make you money. How for you, your mind to start getting the hamster going. This is Fabio. I love talking to you. Trust me, I don't do this. It's just, please, leave comments. Keep rubbing my ego. Because the more you rub my ego, the more information I'm going to throw at you. Because I love being a teacher. Talk to you later. See you. Bye. Peace.